Hello and welcome back to Terrorhand, where we're looking at the outside world, a world that I haven't seen for all that long really, cause well, as you can see, there has been once again a pretty big jump in time. Not as big as some of the previous jumps, but a jump nonetheless, because I've been busy. I have been building all the workshops down over here in the new industry setting. Look at this! Workshops everywhere! And the good thing is, all of them are set up, you know? We have, well, pretty much each and every one of them has their orders. The stockpiles are all set up by priority, by type, and by transfer pushing to things set up. So yeah, I've been quite busy and, well, you know, I'll guide you through what I've done, how it's set up. But before we do that, there is one thing that's really the most important of all. And hold on a second, is this? I thought for a moment this was a hall actually, but no, it's just a rock ground, marble ground. No, but the one most important thing is of course the nomad that totally slipped my attention during the last video. So yeah, shall we go check out who it is? It is, let me see, where are you now? I think I made him a woodcutter. It is Johan Satorre. You are a woodcutter, because if you take a look at your skills, then yeah, your woodcutting, carpentry and horticulture are all pretty high, so yeah, it was kind of a giveaway that you would be the woodcutter. So welcome to Terrorhand. Yeah, look, see, I mean, I totally missed him, but look at this. I mean, he came in on spring year 21. That was last video. Right now we're almost at the end of winter. So yeah, time's flying in Terrorhand recently. But anyway, we have ourselves a new woodcutter. And well, just like I said, we have everything. So any nomads that come will now, you know, get their job based on what they're good at. So there we have it, you know, another woodcutter. Not that we really need it, but still a woodcutter. So yeah, the industry then, huh? Well, this was already of course present everywhere, but yeah, you can see that I have added one more kiln over here. And this one is gonna make ceramic tiles. Now I also need to yeah, so great. I see that I haven't really finished everything here. There. You know, this is like the kiln for the ceramic tiles. What we're gonna find over here is silica and coal. And I do believe that the clay is... yeah, the clay is over there. So we also need to set up a stockpile with clay, but you know, I'll get that sorted. For now, we're not gonna make ceramic tiles anytime soon, so it's not really of that high priority. But this is, you know, all set up now. So what we have is, at least, let's just go by in order of, you know, how the... well, the goods and the things are supposed to flow. Over here it all starts out, you know. We have 4 coal making stations, 1 for each type of wood. And right now they do make quite a lot of coal. 500... wait, how come... yeah, I might have forgotten one. They should all be 512. Ah well. Anyway, the small details are all taken care of, as you can see. I quite like the setup that I have over here with the furnaces rotated to each other. I think it looks quite neat. And, well, so we make coal over here, and that is distributed to various places where they need coal. Those various places being over here, for example. Each of these workshops has its own coal reservoir. So... well, you know, basically, they will always have coal nearby. The raw materials, the ore and such, they'll need to grab that from over here, but the coal will always be close by. So that's one thing. Now what we have over here is smelters for slivers and 2 for regular ores, you know. 1 for the military ores, which are like copper, bronze and iron. And you know, another one for, well, decorative metals, you know, like platinum and gold and you know, all the other stuff that's worth a lot. Then we have one over here which has different colors, as one can see, and that is because this is for special orders. See, no orders are here, whilst over here we have all kinds of bars and all that set up. Nothing over here. Now, if you take a look, you know, the priority, this one is Prio 2, and these ones are all Prio 5. Oh, small details, huh? I checked them all, as you can see. No, but see, these are all Prio 5, so the moment I want something done in a weird material way or whatever, then this gets done. I thought that was a pretty neat setup. So then over here we have the smelter for all the worn stuff. Now, I used to have 2, but really the amount of gear that we smelt isn't really that much, you know, and even then we only get slivers from it, and it doesn't take that long to smelt anything. So all in all, I think that 2 smelters is a bit of overkill. So anyway, now where the materials come from that they need to smelt is over here. We have over here for each metal a setup for ores and a smaller section for slivers. So no matter what we do, you know, how many things we prospect and all that, we will always have stockpile storage space for all the ores. Over here there's a storage for bars and for each metal type. So even if we have a crap load of slivers to smelt, we still have a place for the bars to go. Over here is where all the loots come in, you know, all the worn stuff from the gobby greenskins, and well, you know, I think there's plenty of big space here. It's bigger than what we had in terms of storage up here. Look, this is the what we had, and yeah, that should be plenty. Now, over here we have prospector workshops, which can prospect stuff from over here. I know I could have made a corridor here, but that's not the point. I want our gnomes to be walking on these walkways, so yeah. Then over here, we have the craft shops for the military. Here the weapons are made, here, and here the armor is made. Now, I mean, one would expect in a mighty and glorious settlement like Terrorhand, we would have plenty of armor making and weapon making going on. The truth is, in reality, it's not all that much. And well, you know, I think that this will suffice for whatever we need. It's not like all of a sudden, you know, all our armor breaks down or all our weapons get nicked by the greenskins. So, you know, I think this will be plenty. Over here, we do have a stockpile for steel, because from this point onwards, we are only going to be making weapons out of steel. I don't need any bronze gear or copper weapons or whatever. They are all going to be steel. Well, unless it's like, you know, the fun stuff, you know, like the royal suit, for example. That is an exception to it, but for military purpose only, from now on, it's going to be steel. Oh, and as you can see as well, you know, the previous workshops over here, I removed them, so it's kind of hard to see. But the previous workshops, anyway, all had copper anvils. Not anymore. Right now, we work with true tools, you know. Iron anvils, like they're supposed to be. And the funny thing is, at the moment the anvil is from iron, so are the bars, and so is the statue. But yeah, you know, we now have proper tools to work with, so that's this section. And well, you know, we don't have any stockpile for the produced goods, because we're not going to store them over here in the industry. They're gonna go to the compound or to wherever we're gonna store it, which is not over here. Now, you can also see that I have these small little holes over here, and that is because, well, you know, I just thought that it would be good to have at least the coal and all that be distributed, like, straight to it, and perhaps also even the bars, you know, but, oh well. Anyway, so that's that. Then, what we have over here is the big room where we make all the other misc stuff with metal that is like not military related. Tinkering, you know, machine shops and tinker benches right over here. set in sets of 2 because, you know, it's up till so far, and that's most likely going to continue, is we've been making tinkering stuff with either out of copper or out of tin. And that's purely because we have a crap load of it. So, you know, to that end, I've made 2 setups here. This one, though, doesn't have any orders in it. This one does. And the reason for that is that, you know, I can imagine that at some point, if we start doing mechanics again, that I want a golden mechanical wall, or a steel hedge, or whatever, you know. And that's where this comes in. If I want any particular type of metal or weird contraption to be made, then we use this line. And I do believe that this is Prio 6. Now also, well, there, Prio 4, Prio 5, and this, yeah, Prio 3, there. Now it's set up proper, you know, the fine details, I took care of them all. But yeah, so that's how this is set up. Then, over here, we have the big stockpile for all the mechanical parts, you know, springs, rods, things finished and whatever. I mean, I remember that over here, you know, back when there used to be mechaneering happening here, there was a big stockpile that I even had to expand at some point because there was just a crap load of stuff lying around. So we have this big stockpile for it now. Then over here we have the statuette making and the statue making. I mean, and we're making a statue of everything. That includes platinum and rose gold. So yeah, we're gonna have all the statues at our disposal now. And over here is just, you know, 1 crate for each type of bar. We don't have a place for the statues just yet, but since, you know, they are like valuable things and all that, we're gonna have at some point a safe, you know, a trade depot full of worth goods. And that's where the statues are gonna go, and I haven't really dug that out or assigned that, so for now we're just gonna store them right over here on the spot. But here, look, we now even have a lead statue. It's worth quite a lot actually, but ah well. So that's that. Then what we have over here is a tinker bench. Right now we don't have any tinkering to do, but that could change in the future when the mechanics are being addressed. Robobob did say that it was at the agenda at some point, so there we have it. Over here we have a blacksmith, which does not have any jobs set up, because I don't want to keep an X amount of tools all the time, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, tools don't disappear, they don't break, they don't get nicked, so, you know, if I need some tools made, I'll make them, and that's it. So, yeah, that's why we have the blacksmith set up like that. And, well, of course the gem cutting and all that, you know, with the corresponding stockpiles. But again, you know, for the finished jewelry as well, we do not have, you know, a stockpile for them just yet, so. But, oh, and also as well, as you can see, you know, right now because what they needed over here were like cutting wheels and fine hammers and whatever. Well, they're all from steel now. No, I mean, I couldn't even imagine for the life of me a copper cutting wheel cutting through steel, you know. I mean, the other way around, alright, but yeah. So they all have proper tools now, you know. A big improvement from how it used to be. And, well, that's what I've been doing. Now, you might wonder, like, alright, that's not a whole lot. And it's true, it isn't. The most, and by far the most time, went into setting up all the stockpiles. And, well, the reason for that is that I might have mentioned this before, but look, you know, I wanted to set up push and pull stuff, not on this one in particular, but if I wanted to pull something from over here, here's the list of stockpile names. All very funny. Black fuel and bones and well, deal sealers and well, forbidden fruit and heavy pieces, you know, those. And well, milky milk. Alright, that one's pretty obvious, but the mega Wii outlet. And, well, you know, omilatos. I mean, I've given them all kind of weird names and I had no clue what was in them or where the stockpiles were. So each time I wanted something pulled from somewhere, you know, I first had to look up that stockpile, find the name, remember that, and then go back to this location, forget the name of the stockpile, go back again, and then click it, you know. That's how it went, and I've literally spent like 2 hours setting it up. But it is set up, and that's the most important thing. So, well, there we have it, you know. This is what I've been up to, what Terrorhand has been doing, and, well, you know, there is, of course, still more to do. All of the rooms over here. There are quite a few actually. Now I have the schematic still in front of me, so I know more or less what is supposed to be here. However, this room might need to be somewhat bigger, but we can of course always expand it. But anyway, that's what's on the agenda. Now one can also see that we have an absolutely truly freaking mega massive room over here, which wasn't there before, but that was only because, well, you know, there were workshops and things in the way. Now that they're gone and everything's filled up, we can dig this out, and we are going to. So, yeah, the plan is to make a big time lapse of, you know, us, Terrorhand, digging away all these rooms. And that's exactly how it's going to be. However, over here, as one can see, we do have an issue with some rooms. Mostly that is because this is actually a part that we cannot just fill up like that. We can fill it up till here, but this is the drain for our mushroom farm, and we need that drain. Now, I don't think we need this part over here, because I remember that once when we had to drain this due to a flood, which, I mean, for some reason the floods have stopped. Not that I mind, but, you know, I thought it was worth mentioning. But yeah, this drain actually filled up, so we could probably get away with just having a corridor like this and then leading into this room, which, as we can see, only needs to be about this big. So yeah, that's most likely how we're going to do it. So, well, we have some filling up to do, and we have some digging to do. Shall we get our hands onto that? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. So, what we will do is, first of all, we're gonna fill up quite a bit of area over here. And then we're gonna dig out some area and all that. So, yeah, I'll assign areas over here, and then we do some filling up and then some digging, and it's all going to be in one very big time lapse. So, I hope you'll enjoy it, and yeah, I'll be busy for a while. Alright, and the big dig is done. Well, it wasn't as big as this, of course, but man, I mean, this took quite a while to dig out, but it's finished now. We got it. It's there. All our new rooms are finished, and if we just zoom out a bit, I think that we have ourselves a pretty efficient and nice looking infrastructure on our hands, you know, with all these walkways and all that. I quite like how it turned out in the end. Oh, I do see that over here we still need to remove this section. Well, we'll do that, but I'll do that off camera. I mean, I've been doing far more digging than I'd like to, so... But, in between all the digging and me or giving orders and all that, I have done a few things. For one, we now have our ceramics working. They're being made and they're being stored right over here. This is our ceramic stockpile, and well, if we need more space we could even expand it, but for now I think we should be fine. The reason why I did that really was that we didn't have any more space for silica to be stored. And, well, as it happens, we kind of have a lot of dirt still to prospect, so the whole prospecting, getting rid of the dirt process was kind of stalling, so yeah, I kind of had to set this in motion. Another thing I have done, you'll see right over here, is that this stockpile all of a sudden is empty, or close to being empty. That's not because we've somehow lost all the ores inside, oh no. I've been telling this stockpile to push goods to certain stockpiles, and if I'm right, there's only some gold in there, and that's because we have too much gold. The gold ore stockpile that I have upstairs, you know, is actually too small. I'd never even, you know, considered this to be a possibility, but oh well. So, yeah, I believe that we only have platinum to go, which I think I named expensive ore. There, and then pretty much except this yellow ore, everything should be out there. Now, because we had so much dirt, I did enable this one to accept dirt, but it does push these dirt goods to this stockpile. So we should get rid of it pretty soon, because this stockpile is being kept full, so the prospecting goes at blazing speed. So all should be good. For the rest, you know, whilst I was digging, I kind of realized a thing. And that is that our newest gnome, you know, our latest addition, I mean, we haven't even introduced him. We don't know who he is. So let's take a look at him, alright? He was a woodcutter, I believe. So let's go down here. Johan Satorre. Who are you? Where are you? What do you look like? Let's see. This is you. Oh, you got a beard and a hat. Oh, you're a real bloke. Let's see, you actually got... Is that facial hair or are these glasses? I think that's facial hair. So you got brown hair, brown clothes, top hat, and a beard. Man, you could have been a miner, man. You have the looks of a miner, though you are a woodcutter. But, oh well, very nice. So, well, here we are. Having done all the digging over here, we do have an issue that I would like to address, because currently, you know, with all me removing everything that we had in terms of old industry, this is our only entry point to the above ground, and as you can see, this is not meant to be long lasting. Now, we do need to kind of like dig new entry points to the above ground over here. And I've been thinking, you know, that perhaps the best places for us to have entry points is close to the stockpiles where stuff from the above ground needs to enter. So that's most likely, well, ores. I do buy them a lot from the merchant. Stuff from here, which is we're gonna store wood and you know, cotton and all that stuff. You know, the stuff that we get from our farmyards that is non-food. There, that's what we're gonna store over here. So we should have an entry point close by to over here. I'm thinking there. And then, of course, we also have the butcher room here with corpses and whatnot. We need an entry point to the above ground over here as well. But as we can see, you know, most of our well, ways to the surface are here. We have one there. The butcher shop is here, so it's best if we manage to maybe here somewhere. There's the mushroom farm. It's kind of in the way-ish. Yeah, so where are we gonna get to the above ground? Here, no. Here's a nice spot. Yeah, we could. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna have another entry point, right? But anyway, we'll get that sorted next time when we play more Gnomoria.